So welcome back to home time. It's we didn't do a home time yesterday. It was Monday, wasn't it? It was after the Oscars and we were still in recovery mode and lots of stuff had gone up on YouTube. It was all getting very, very busy and frantic, and I was tired, and I was also out for the evening with Maddie, so there was no way on earth I was going to be able to get anything cut. Anyway, that's no excuses there, just explaining. I'm currently in the car and Kiki is in having a head massage. And I felt a bit bad actually, because the lady, who was ever so sweet and lovely, said, "Oh, would you like to sit down and work out what it is?" And I was like, no, I've got to do some work actually. I'm going to go and do some work in the car. But isn't it terrible? I could see that she sort of, this is the head massage woman's world. This is her life. She'd love to share in it, enthuse in it with someone. Perhaps the father of the child would like to know what it all means. And it wasn't that I don't want to, because this is traditionally something that Kiki's nan Betty brings her to do. It's because I know it works and because I know it's something that she does. It's that classic thing of I don't feel I need to know much more. And then I felt bad. I've sat in the car beating myself up and castigating myself for not being a little bit sort of more interested and giving her the time. And yet I had to get to the car. I'm going to have a brief chat with you, but then after I've put this phone down, I'm going to do some writing and work. And I just felt I ought to do that because I feel time poor today. It was a slightly strange day. It's not usually my day for looking after the girls and doing learning and everything. And I'm about to, as I say, finish up my work for the day. But also after that, I'm going to look into getting the bits and bobs that I need to start to make progress in the garden in terms of getting it ready for spring. Because although it feels like spring's arrived, should we herald the fact that it was the warmest day since records began? So it's the warmest winter day ever recorded in Britain yesterday. Should we herald that as something joyful and to be enjoyed? I mean, Nadia's running around talking about how great it is that it's sunny. It's certainly very spring-like. Or should we be panic-stricken that actually this is a sign of global warming and the fact that we're all going to be absolutely incinerated by 2066, which is the latest news that Maddie's given me, is that 2066 seems to be the year by which a tipping point of ecological doom will be accelerated by us. So yeah, all these thoughts flushing around my head as I sit in the car with my daughter having her head massaged in order to relax her neck, relax her head. Nadia is going to be a little bit later today because we've had lots of lovely messages from people saying how much they were missing it. And you know what? I'm going to be really honest. I sort of miss, although it's hard graft, it's never hard work editing the content. It's hard work fitting it in around the other responsibilities. That's the bit that's a bit stressful. But yeah, I miss it. I miss making a couple of vlogs. I don't know about anyone else, but I am so struggling to stay motivated. Not with the weight loss. The weight loss is great, but with the fitness. Oh, I've just done a run and it was like dragging one leg in front of the other. And I'm not suggesting this home time should be all about fitness and all that sort of stuff, but oh my God, it's so hard some days. It's so hard just to get yourself out the door. And now for me, the evening starts and that becomes the troubling zone of just basically I spend most of my evenings dodging really indulgent food that I really want to eat. And I'm still so residually tired from the Oscar night, and I didn't sleep well last night either. So that'll be why I've got great bags under my eyes. But anyway, Nadia's back soon, and in fact, that sounds like Nadia's just got back. You're home.
Watch this. Come. Kiki, just come down a second. I'm just thinking about dinner. Because as you haven't had any vegetables today, what about vegetable soup?
I don't like vegetable soup.
What about vegetable pie?
Why are you doing this?
Vegetable pie?
No.
What about...
When have we ever had vegetable?
What about vegetable ice cream? What about vegetables as a starter and then mama's spaghetti?
Yeah.
I was waiting for a bigger reaction.
Well, it's because you
mama's
put vegetables.
Spaghetti.
Because you put vegetables before it.
Vegetable at the beginning.
Well, okay. So what about just mama's spaghetti?
Really? Really?
What about if you just have 8 green beans before your
Yeah, but not like 20. You always give me like 30.
Give me the number.
5.
5 green beans. Any sweet corn?
No, because it's always dry. It's never juicy.
How about 5 green beans, 3 slices of cucumber and half a carrot, and that will buy you
Okay.
garlic mama spaghetti.
Yeah.
Deal. Cup. Okay, go back to see friend.
I wouldn't say that was good bargaining.
It was rubbish.
Yeah, it was crap.
I lost there. It was just her little face was so disappointed, and I expected. I thought she was going to be really happy, and her little face.
Who's having that?
Me.
I mean, I can't because I can't eat veg.
So you're having garlic chicken. I'm having vegetable soup. The girls are having vegetables and spaghetti. How many meals is that being cooked tonight?
I banked a last minute run because I was just thinking of the scales later tonight.
Aha.
Have you
You're gonna have chicken in a
how many
minute.
times have you weighed yourself this week?
Twice.
So will tonight be a big surprise?
Well, I don't know because you did it, didn't you? So I don't know what I am tonight. Yes. So guys, if you're wanting to know what I'm making here, I fried onion and garlic in about a tablespoon of oil. Then I added to that half a thing of organic celery, green beans, broccoli, carrots, and also courgettes are going to go in, and spinach. Look at that. And that will be my dinner, but I'm going to also have some brown rice. So I'm going to leave it sort of chunky for my dinner and have brown rice with it. And then Maddie can have it tomorrow for her lunch. And look at that. Just get tons of vegetables all in at once. Oh, really important. If you're making a soup like this, make sure you fry the onions. It makes all the difference. Don't just boil the onions. It's disgusting.
Did you see on the radio today there's a big fuss being made, I don't know whether you might have done it on Loose Women, about schools banning kids using a fake tan?
No. Really?
Yeah, why? First of all, I can't even understand why it's a big deal.
We should get Maddie in on this topic.
I can't understand why it's a big deal in the first place. But then B...
Because I suppose because it leaves marks everywhere, does it?
Leaves marks?
Because fake tan does come off where it sits. But also maybe fake tan is just like using makeup, and you're not allowed to use makeup at school, are you?
Yeah, the story broke in the Sun, and it was a school. Let me just find the name of the school. The school was Ulverston Victoria High School in Cumbria.
Yeah.
Kids came back from their half-term holidays, 2 orange and 2 green.
You're joking.
2 orange and, oh Christ, and 2 green, and they decided it was an infringement of school uniform policy.
Well, I suppose it
So
is
they look like
similar.
Oompa Loompas.
I mean, I wouldn't give a damn one way or the other. I mean, God's sake, we've got homemade kids that we come in, I don't know what colour their hair's going to be or anything. So, but I can see if you're running a school, if you've got rules, then the rules just have to be avoided.
But I mean, how's it going to impact on any other kid in the class if a kid's orange?
Well, I suppose the thinking would be you're at school, you don't have to have the pressure of worrying about how you look because they have so much pressure about the way they look all the time.
Oh, I see. So
you come to school,
Yeah.
you're all just wearing a uniform, you're all the same, you're all like a little army.
Did you have school uniform in all
I
your
do,
schools?
but
Yeah, and everyone else I've ever met in my life
I went to a
has.
private school.
Oh, right. Well, my
the
school was
states-
the only state school that didn't. My state secondary school that didn't. All the ones around us had school
Oh,
uniforms.
did they?
Yeah. But I was saying earlier, I mean, in a weird way, you know, you even get sort of like a hierarchy of how to wear your school uniform, don't you? It's kind of like
Oh, yeah.
you wear it like this or you wear it like that. Do you think school uniforms are better than no school uniforms or not?
Well, again, I think I've changed my mind actually on school uniforms. I think it's much better to wear school uniform because I think in a world, the world we live in, where everything is so much about looks and what you've got and what you haven't got, it's so stressful for kids thinking, oh God, what am I going to wear? Dressing up for school. And so stressful for parents that haven't got money to buy the flash trainers. Everyone looks the same. But what I do think is, I think school uniforms should be a really comfy tracksuit.
Yeah.
I don't see why you have to have an
Tie,
itchy
collar.
skirt, a hot thing. I think a tracksuit that parents can just chuck in the washing machine.
She's hammering her chicken. Why is it that women who wear fake tans smell of digestives?
They smell a bit like digestives.
I mean, in the past, when one is sort of wooing ladies and they've got fake, you can know when they've got fake tan on because they smell of biscuits. It's bizarre. I mean, me and...
Has it put you off?
Yes.
Has it?
Well, yes. I mean, at a point where you're dancing...
Boys will say you smell of biscuits.
Yeah, you're dancing on the dance floor, you may be a bit smoochy, and then you go, God, has someone dropped a McVitie's digestive down? I mean, seriously, that bad. I mean, I don't think women smell it because they're immersed in it. But I'm telling you now, there's nothing like the smell of fake tan to make you want a cup of tea. To dunk your biscuit in. Yeah, you want to go dunking. You don't want to do any other dunking.
Mark.
Sorry?
Mark. Why do you think you're so funny? That's what I don't understand.
What were you saying about sleep? I haven't slept well since the Oscars. I had a terrible night's sleep last night as well. What were you just saying?
Because you slept down here on the sofa and came up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I came into Kiki's room, you had all the lights on.
I always forget to turn lights off in a room.
Yeah, well, you will never get a good night's sleep. You have to be in blackout.
What's that line? What's the line you say?
What?
You're not going to get any sympathy. What is it?
Not going to get any sympathy from me.
You're not going to get any sympathy from me. Now, what was the other one you said? Making me laugh in bed the other night. There's a line that you said.
No, you're not going to get any sympathy from me.
You're not going to get any sympathy from me? No, it was different. It was another one.
No, it was.
It was another one that you did. Only got yourself to blame or something.
I only got yourself to blame.
Yeah. As soon as I do something wrong, there's always a precondition that means you can go, you're bang on your fault, you're responsible, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, we were talking about on Loose Women today. They are thinking of rolling out this new plan in schools where they teach children how to get a good night's sleep. My initial response was, oh, for God's sake. Then I was thinking about it. I was thinking, well, actually, if you think about everything else in life, kids copy what their parents do, don't they? And most people these days, I mean, I gave you as an example. You're on your phone till late at night, then you're onto your computer, then you'll quite often binge on 20 dates just before you go to bed. And you always have a terrible night's sleep, don't you? And Maddie is the same. Maddie has a little binge with you. She goes on her phone.
I love the way in every conversation I provide the greatest case study for you. In almost every single mental health, bad behaviour department, you can point the finger at me.
No, you're not allowed to say that and then disallow me from saying. You turned the camera out before I finished talking. And if you watch Loose Women, you will see me saying I am a terrible example. So before you go all like, oh, poor me,
but can we...
I was about to say, you do all of that and that's it, and I go up to my room and watch, put on the telly,
blaring.
I watch blaring things.
Let me just show the audience, let me just show our subs what you were like the other night.
Oh my God, it was so funny. Loose Women. Cyrus' husband had filmed her snoring. Oh my God, it was so funny.
I haven't got a camera lens wide enough to cope with your snore. Madalushka running in from outside. Look, she's tired still from the Oscars. She doesn't know what's going on.
You're still tired, Baba? They're talking about teaching kids at school how to get a good night's sleep. Look at her sleeping, wasn't it? Do you think that would work? Do you think kids would listen?
They'd probably fall asleep in class.
Oh, well, there you go. At least they'll be getting some Zs.
I was going to say, the best way to get kids to go to sleep is have a really boring history or maths teacher. Yeah.
School is enough to make you fall asleep.
School is enough to make you fall asleep. I'm sure they don't have I bet a lot of teachers don't have any problem. It's like most of these things. If they aim to show students how to sleep, they won't fall asleep. But if you try and teach them something really detailed and meaningful, they'll go fast asleep.
But you know, the thing is, I'm going to be honest, guys. This is a fairly recent thing for me, watching my shit programmes in bed, because I like to go up when Kiki goes up, so we go up together. And it has had no effect on my sleeping whatsoever. The minute I want to fall asleep, I fall asleep. It doesn't keep me awake at all.
No, it's just the rest of the house that stays
awake. But what
awake.
they say is, if you have your screen on for an hour and a half before you go to bed, the light off it wakes up your brain and it gives you effectively jet lag. Because though you fall asleep, your body is still in a different time zone.
Circadian clock.
Yeah, messes it up.
The circadian clock.
So for an hour and a half before you go to bed, you're supposed to turn off the screens. So how many parents actually do that? So maybe it does need the school to tell
But don't
kids.
we then get to a place where, you know, we are handing to our schools the responsibility of everything?
Well,
I mean, what? How to sleep? Next it'll be how to eat.
no, but I think
How
that-
to speak. Well, I mean, I suppose
but
articulacy
don't
is part of it.
schools,
But
in a way, mop up the bits and pieces that are getting missed at home. So our poor kids don't get anything mopped up at school, do they?
what do you mean? They're not at school?
No, I know, that's what I mean. So anything we're not doing with them.
Oh,
they're
I
not gonna
see.
get taught
Oh, I
at
see.
school.
Yeah. That might be why there are 18 bottles of vodka around Maddie's bed.
He's joking, by the way. I mean, you know, sex education classes, all of that, they don't get that, do they?
Who?
Being home educated, the girls.
No, but I'm sure
They
they.
haven't
I'm
had
sure.
a sex education lesson.
Yeah,
that
but do you
other
know what? The
kids-
one.
Trust me, I had a sex education class at school. It was enough. Kiki's also been told exactly how it happens.
How?
By me, by a book that you bought her that she's very, very distressed over.
There you
And
go.
do you think I was going to hire a doctor to come and teach all the homeschool kids?
She was going to hire a doctor.
To teach us about sex. Why would you want a random doctor to come in and teach us about
She's
sex?
a nice doctor. She's a doctor off this morning. She's lovely.
Okay.
Because I suddenly got all worried because they're home educated. They haven't had the sex education lesson. And I told the girls. Maddie was horrified. If you're the mum that organises the sex education lesson.
Also, we can just learn how sex happens.
Just watch Game of Thrones.
You
You
can
learn
what?
it from Game of
What,
Thrones.
Maddie?
How sex happens.
Yeah, but it's not very good to just leave it up to just learning, is it?
Game of Thrones tells you everything you need
Mark,
to know.
please don't say that.
It really does. It tells you everything you need to know.
That's true.
Especially if you want to know how to safely give birth to dragon eggs. It's really, really, really clever. I don't think you can teach kids to sleep. I think that's lunacy. Absolute lunacy.
No, it's not teaching them how to sleep, it's giving them all those things that we all know. Detoxing with the room, getting to bed, not eating sugar last thing at night,
Because
all
what's
that.
actually going to do, no one's going to actually stick to those rules. It's not going to make kids do it. If anything, it's going to make kids want to sleep less.
Do you think?
Yeah.
No, but they want to tell them things
We
like...
hate being told what to do. If we're told to sleep, we won't do it.
No, but if you're told you're going to learn better, you're going to do better in your exams, you're going to have a better memory.
Trust me.
It's good for your mental health, any anxiety. Anxiety is exacerbated by lack of sleep.
Trust me. Won't do anything. We'll do zero.
Bloody hell, do you want to hear a really positive environmental story?
Yeah.
Scientists have managed to turn CO2 from a gas back into solid coal in a breakthrough which could potentially help remove the greenhouse gas from the atmosphere.
No.
Do what?
That's incredible news.
Research team in Melbourne has developed a new technique using a liquid metal electrolysis method which converts CO2 from a gas into solid particles of carbon. So you could take gaseous carbon out of the atmosphere that's causing the greenhouse effect and turn it back into solid coal. In fact, you could take...
Where is this? Where have you
This
got
is in the
news?
Independent. You could take this... That means you could take the planet to the edge of Armageddon, the greenhouse effect, and then you could very quickly turn it all back into coal, and then you could burn it all again.
Blimey.
That means carbon and coal could become a
Is this
renewable...
news that's just come out?
Yes, news that's landed today. Batshit crazy. And given that poor old Maddie is really worried that everything's going to end in 2066.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Well,
So the scientists have said that the Earth's going to be too hot to live on by 2066.
Yeah, but we don't
If we
know
stay
that.
at the same pace that we're going at now with global warming.
and is that why you're going on the march on March the 15th?
Yeah.
Maddie's going on the march.
Kiki's going too, isn't she?
You do know that Theresa May will tell you that you're a very naughty girl and you should go back to school, and you can turn around and go, don't go to school.
There would be a school if we went marching.
Very true, there won't be schools if there's no bloody atmosphere. Then we'll all be asleep forever. Oh, look, is that mine?
Oh, God, I'm so annoyed.
Why?
I'm supposed to do that soup with the bloody bone broth.
Oh, God. Look, I bought this today. Is that keto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just having a moment because the whole point was having a bone broth.
Have you got fake tan on?
No.
You look quite brown. You look quite orange.
No, I don't.
You smell of biscuits.
Shut up.
Yeah, you smell of biscuits?
Go away. Go away.
What would you rather smell of, a digestive or a rich tea?
A rich tea, because I think the digestives smell more of wee than a rich tea does.
Very true. Well answered. I want to smell of a lemon puff. A huge thank you to all our biscuit fans out there for reminding me that the specific biscuit that I think I ate
Let me
about...
show them this jug again. Fat's risen to the top. Only the good stuff comes out.
God, that reminded me of you going for a wee the other day.
Mark! For the love of God! When are you going to grow up?
You did interrupt me in mid-biscuit flow.
I can't believe you just said
Anyway, thank you to all of those biscuit lovers who, on one of our vlogs, reminded me that the packet of biscuits that I think I ate approximately 5 packets of in one afternoon was Café Noir. Do you remember Café Noir, Ned?
Yes.
They used to have that top to them, which they still do, where you can lick the top and it dissolves. And then you crunch into it. I don't normally like a hard biscuit, but I love that one. Do you like Café Noirs?
Shut up, I'm not talking to you.
What are you cross about?
What do you think?
Babe, it brought to mind one
I
image.
back the other day on New Swimming, you don't even know what it is.
What did you say?
No, I'm not telling you.
You
have
can't
to look.
do that.
No, because part of the payback is you have to watch all the Loose Women to find it.
Well, that is something I can't do.
There you go.
So just tell us, go on.
Revenge is sweet
So what,
when it is cold.
did you tell them about my toenail?
Revenge is sweet when it is cold.
I woke up this morning and Nadia had used the downstairs bathroom. And she'd left a little message. So
Go to hell.
it felt like you were still here, babe. It really did.
You're so... You
It
think
didn't
you're
feel-
entertaining, right? And people are disgusted.
You've gone all school dinner lady on me, haven't you?
Go away.
Please throw
I'm
it
going to
at
give
the
you a
wall.
chicken to the
I'm going to throw it
dogs.
at the wall. I really want to try that. Does it work? Oh, Jesus Christ,
Oh my God, that was so hot.
You were trying to pretend you were the big chef.
No, honestly, stay away. It's going to splash everywhere. Because I want the water to do the vegetables. That's why I'm not.
Ah, you're wanting a scientific thing happening, aren't you?
Can you go away now? You're annoying me.
I was thinking, babe, that maybe I
Don't
should...
think. Don't do anything. Just go away and find something to occupy yourself.
What do you mean?
Why don't you go away and edit the vlog? There you go. That'll give you something to do. Can you feed the dogs because they're eating scraps of broccoli now?
I was going to tell you how much I love you and be really
I don't want you
romantic.
to tell me how much you love me.
Why not?
Because you're horrible. You've got no boundaries.
I've got so many boundaries. I'm so boundaried, I'm almost in a box.
Girls, make you both to clean up after dinner, okay? Me and Daddy both had long days.
There's your 5, that's 4. One more.
Happy week. You didn't give me 5.
Yeah, but I haven't given you anything else. I haven't got a cucumber or sweet corn. Just got one. Thank you, Mummy.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, the doggies are eating.
Guys, just drizzle a little bit
I
of
happily
olive
cleaned
oil
up earlier.
on your kids' vegetables. It makes it much tastier and it's really good for you.
Happily cleaned up earlier.
You cleaned up?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Oh, was that you? When I came in, it was all gorgeous. Oh, thanks, girls. Oh, I would tell you what, it was really, really nice to come in after a long day and the kitchen was cleared up. Thank you.
I'm not saying anything, Kiki, because I got into trouble.
Why?
I don't know, I said something I shouldn't have done. And apparently I didn't observe
I heard Mum say go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Apparently I didn't observe a boundary.
You told everyone about Mum's poo.
Oi!
I'm hiding behind here.
Oh, I know what story.
Mark, go away. I'm going to give you a chicken to the dog right now.
Oh, no, Mum, don't be
Yeah, I am. Because they'll love it. It's got garlic on it and everything.
She's pretty good.
Don't.
No, I'll
You are
go out
joking.
clubbing.
You're what?
But you're not drinking.
You'll go out clubbing.
You can go out clubbing without drinking.
Well, Well, yeah.
Hang on a minute, have we got to clubbing from chicken?
Because Maddie said you'll be difficult if I give the chicken to the dogs, and I said, well, I'll give the chicken to the dog, and then I'll go out clubbing.
Why did we get to clubbing from chicken?
Because you're being annoying.
You were clubbing the chicken earlier. Is that what you mean?
I was clapping the chicken.
She's a chicken clubber. Coming in.
Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Maddie doesn't like it when I shape moves.
You do move shapes. Can you do up down there for dancing?
Go on, Maddie, Kiki, do it with me. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Up there for thinking. Oh, I could do it at sap dance. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing.
That doesn't work.
Dancing.
Do jazz hands?
No, that'd be too much.
I think I was drawn to your dance moves.
That's a bit worrying.
Kiki,
Not.
sit down.
I feel like a little boy in a corner.
Oh, you stink.
I do, don't I? Do I smell of biscuits?
No, you smell
No.
sweat.
I don't smell of biscuits because I haven't got fake tan on. Do you know why?
All my friends wear fake tan.
Do they?
All my friends.
Do
What do you
they?
think they'll think of that?
Do they look like Oompa Loompas then?
Just bait them out.
Because apparently the headmaster of this school said all the kids came back looking too orange. Why would they look green, Nadia?
Because it looks green when it's too blotted.
Oh.
Usually gold tans are green from where they put it.
I thought it meant they'd gone mouldy. No. Like bread.
You've broken
You're
the
gonna
drill,
really-
completely broken it.
It's the most delicious chicken. You wait till you try it.
I can't even say it, it's so succulent. Sometimes chicken is so succulent you can't say the word. There you go. So succulent. Oh wow, that was lovely, Dave. Thanks. You've done a good job. Thank you very much. I just want to tell you how much I love you.
You smell of biscuits.
I know.
No, it smells of sweat fish.
Sweat fish. I smell of sweat fish. Give us a hug.
No,
Kiss
you're
me.
repulsive. Why would I hug you?
Okay, I'm going to say one thing to you. If you knew I was going to die and you had to do this to save my life, would you do it?
Of course I would.
Lick my armpit.
No.
You wouldn't lick my armpit!
Oh, would I? If you were going to die, of course I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you lick it twice?
Okay, don't push it now.
Okay, which dog would you say first in a fire?
Chi-Chi.
Oh my god, no! A Toffee!
Toffs!
Oh, that's a big
Oh my god!
I can only take one.
She's been with us for
No, actually, no.
No, but you can only take one or none. That's the question. Who would you take?
Chi-Chi's younger, so she has more of a life to live.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi, you're safe. Thank you. Say that again. Say that
You
again.
didn't have to just think about it.
You didn't even
Just
think
like-
about it. It wasn't a hesitation. It was almost like you were embracing the prospect. You mean person. You. Kiki and Maddie, who would you save first if you could only save one?
You can only save one or you can't save any.
toffee.
Oh,
Yeah, I love her.
yeah.
I love toffee.
What,
No,
you
that
don't love her as
doesn't
much?
mean- That means you don't love. It doesn't mean you don't love Chi-Chi because you'd save toffee.
Yeah, I'd say
I'd say both. It's a ridiculous question.
You can't save both.
I can.
There's only one dog that can get in the boat.
okay, if your whole
Well, hang on a minute. You can't get a boat to Croydon.
Okay, we're flooded.
flooded.
We're flooded is one small boat. You can get one parent and one dog in. Who are you going to take?
Which parent are you going to save?
Which child would you say?
Well, you could use
No,
it.
don't do that.
You could use it on the same premise that you save always the youngest because they got more of a life to live. I don't buy that though. Just because it's not, life isn't about duration. It's about quality.
I would say Kiki because Maddie's a better swimmer. Simple as that.
Well, hang on, where's the water come into this? This was a fire, not a flood.
So mean.
At least I've got a reason. Maddie would just choose you because she'd just choose you.
This conversation needs to stop
There's only
right
room
now.
in the boat for one parent, one child, one dog.
We'll try into you.
If you had to save one part of my body, which bit would it
It
be?
wouldn't be your bloody mouth, that's for sure.
I'd say your eyebrows.
Yeah! Because they'll keep growing forever. They'll never stop.
I'd save your nose.
You saved my nose because that's going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my nose and my eyebrows. I've almost got a face. That's cool. Someone choose my cheeks. All right, don't choose my cheek. Do you ever get that? Are there any fellas in the families of the people who watch this channel who, when they say something, no one said anything, you feel stupid, and you end up feeling silly?
Putting out a wedgie.
Pulling out a wedgie? I wasn't pulling out a wedgie. I was awkwardly twirling my shorts in that way that boys do. Say what?
Mine's disgusting.
Can I just say that all the choices?
I just didn't make it very well.
What is that on your plate?
We don't say when somebody's eating something.
Somebody
though.
chewed up spinach.
No, that's rude.
I think you like to punish yourself at dinner time.
I love vegetables and rice.
You love vegetables and
Vegetables and
rice.
rice is a treat for me.
They get better food than that in HMP prison Brixton. They get more variety in prison than that. I'm telling you. Oh my god, it's getting more austere the more you put on it. You just put shavings of wood.
Almonds.
Sandalwood.
Sandalwood. I'd rather eat a sandal. What is that? What joy have you got here? Oh, there we go. That's going to lift it up a bit, isn't it? That's going to take
Give
it
it
to
a little bit of
untold
flavour.
heights.
Are you doing that on purpose?
What are you going to add to it next? Sawdust? You got any hay?
Maddie's got a block of
She
hay.
has, look. Oh no, she's
Duck
got some.
seeds.
Duck seeds, yeah.
I'm going to fly over it like Star Wars.
What actually is that green stuff, though?
It's creamed spinach, girl.
I knew it was spinach.
Yeah. And on that note, when the mouse and the mouse organ went to sleep, Bagpuss went to sleep. Kiki's taken to drinking that really fluorescent
it's
stuff.
pee.
It's pee.
You're teaching them this.
Night night. Hope you've enjoyed our rather rambunctious, insane home time. We'll do more considered stuff like why women spill biscuits tomorrow.
I'm so sorry for him.